Hey, what's up guys? My name is Tom Spark. Today I'm going to be doing a Mullvad VPN review. Now from here on forward in every future VPN review, I'm going to be breaking down the VPN review into 5 categories based on 5 stars for each category. So today we're checking out Mullvad VPN. It's a VPN that's primarily known for its kind of anonymity in terms of the account process. With Mullvad VPN you can generate an account number and download Mullvad VPN client without even really needing to create an account or provide them really much information about yourself. So this is their vertical, the idea that you could remain anonymous from the get-go, which is a pretty interesting idea, and one we're gonna have to see if it pans out in terms of if other features can make it worth using. Just because it's super anonymous setup doesn't mean it's gonna have the best speeds and so on. So let's go into the review right now. So this is what it looks like when you are creating an account with Mullvad. Pretty cool website here, pretty simplistic. So you just enter in a little CAPTCHA, generate account number. This is my account number. So from here we just download the client. Pretty simple, so far so good. So this is what the application looks like. Pretty simple here. You're just going to enter in your account number and click connect. Alright, so here's the application. Pretty cool that you have a free trial right away. This is probably one of the best. Hey, look, it's automatically connecting, it looks like. So this is probably the best, I would say, account creation process or kind of easy startup that I've seen yet. I know ExpressVPN is a pretty similar process, maybe not the same anonymity factor when signing up with that account number, but they kind of give you like a link, you just paste into the client and it gets it set up and going. Besides ExpressVPN, I think this is one of the best for-time startups. Now, given that, I mean, other VPN startups aren't really that difficult. Essentially what you do is you just check out, you get an email with some login credentials, and you just log in that way. Not a big deal, right? But this is just pretty streamlined. It lets you really get into the app really quickly to test it out, especially with that free trial. Not a lot of the top tier VPNs that I like offer free VPN trials. So let's go ahead and see if this is going to be a top tier VPN that can actually offer a free trial. Right away though, guys, the app looks pretty basic, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it leads me to believe that maybe they haven't developed a ton of features here or put a lot of money into the application. We see our account number, we see some port options here to configure, and it's pretty much just some DNS leak protection and stuff like that. We have advanced settings here that you can configure manually. We have a kill switch, some other features here, cipher. You can customize the cipher as well as port. These are all pretty good settings to customize. You could change the protocol. But I would really like to see this being in a GUI and a graphical user interface. A lot of these features are for advanced users, but even for someone like me who's been using VPNs for a while, if you don't have some kind of programming or knowledge of individual protocols like 256 is cipher, AES, you're not really going to know what to do with this. So I think you're going to have to read some kind of manual on the website to know exactly what to put in this file so it works. Overall, I think the features here are good, but the implementation of them definitely needs some more polish and work. It just seems kind of lazy to me. I've never ever seen a VPN have a configuration file like this. Why would you have to do it manually when the app could check a box or do it for you? You see other VPNs as well with these same features. Torrent VPN has all these features, but you don't have to do it in this fashion. So alright guys, it's been 20 minutes and all this time I've been struggling just to get more of that VPN to work. The gravity of the situation has made me sink down into my chair. I feel depressed. I feel like I am dying because this app is so glitchy and not working well for me. How am I going to continue my career as a VPN reviewer with apps like this always getting in the way? Maybe this is why I stopped doing VPN reviews, because all the good VPNs were already reviewed and the ones that were left are too difficult and buggy to even bother with. Alright guys, so restarting my computer, quitting the app, restarting again, and uninstalling and reinstalling, I finally got Mullvad VPN to connect once. Now, I do not want to disconnect, guys. I'm never going to disconnect, because if I do, I'm not going to be able to get this test back up. I'm not going to be able to get connected again. I can guarantee it. So right away, Mullvad VPN, while the software has some interesting features, maybe it's not very usable at all. I mean, the graphical interface sucks, but the app alone is just buggy. Somebody get a boot and smash this VPN to the ground. 201 ping. Well, maybe it's because I can only connect to one server, and that server's in the Netherlands, and I'm not anywhere near the Netherlands. Oh. Alright guys, so not the best speeds for Mullvad so far in the speed test, but let's go ahead and check out what kind of speeds we can expect from a real world torrent test. Okay, so we're getting around 2.4 megabytes a second with torrent test. It's not bad, it's about average for torrenting, so you know, it's an average torrent VPN. So Mullvad VPN has a pretty bare bones privacy policy. They say they do not store any activity logs of any kinds. So that's good to see. I would have liked a little bit more information exactly maybe on what kind of logs they do keep. Sometimes sometimes they say they don't keep any logs, but they do keep some logs. But for the purposes of this VPN, I mean, the setup is pretty anonymous and logs seem to be pretty minimal. So there you go. Mullvad VPN is a little bit weird because they don't have like a standard pricing page. It's more like you set up an account and then you just add money into your account to continue your kind of subscription. Now, Mullvad VPN is around €5, and in USD that would be around $5.85. Mullvad VPN really does kind of feel like a European kind of branded VPN in that there's not even translation for USD. Alright, time to wrap up the review with the final ratings as follows. For pricing, we got 5 out of 5, yearly 4 out of 5 since the yearly is a bit more expensive. Software is going to be 1 out of 5 simply because it's too buggy and I couldn't get it to work. Speeds are 2 out of 5 because I got slow ping and I found that most of the servers didn't really work for me and they provided mediocre speeds as is. Now, privacy was around 5 out of 5. I really like the anonymous kind of setup process and as well as the no logging policy. Overall rating is going to be 3.25 out of 5. My verdict for this VPN would be pass. This seems like a VPN geared more towards European users, and the free trial, I don't know what's going on, but it just doesn't seem really worth it for me. It was really buggy. I could barely even get the application to work. And in terms of servers as well, I couldn't really connect to any at all. I think this might be one of the most overhyped VPNs I see out there. A lot of people are praising it for its anonymity in terms of the setup process as well as no logging policies and stuff like that. But you could find those elsewhere. I mean, it is pretty cheap per month, I guess, for around $5 to $6. It's pretty cheap actually, but yearly is around 60 to 70, which isn't as super fantastic in terms of what I think. Additionally, guys, the software here, it's pretty clunky, requires kind of manual configs to be tinkered with, whereas other VPNs out there just have some of the stuff in terms of a graphical interface. Speeds are a common complaint I've seen with users anyways. Even if I could get things to work, it seems like this is not the fastest VPN by any stretch of the imagination. And for me, who's someone who values speeds and stuff like that for torrenting, I think that's a fundamental core part of VPN that people might kind of give them a pass on. I don't think it's going to be a pass for me. Privacy and stuff like that is something I believe that should be essential, but it's not something if just because this is anonymous setup more than others, I'm maybe willing to give my credit card information or PayPal or just use Bitcoin for any of the other services and make a fake email and stay anonymous that way, but get better speeds and possibly better pricing, but definitely better software, equal privacy and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out this review. My name is Tom Spark, and I'll catch you again on the next VPN review.